Today's learning goal is I can tell if something is heavier or lighter. Hi everyone. So during this learning from home time, we've been talking a lot about measuring. We know that we can measure something, how long it is. We could use a ruler, we could create a footprint ruler or a finger ruler, or even if we put little units together that are the same size and line them up, we can measure like that. We could also measure capacity. We talked about last week and yesterday, how much of something can go in something is its capacity. And that's something we can measure as well if we use a unit, whether the unit's water or the same size block, that's something we can measure as well. Now we're going to talk about measuring mass. And the word mass is often used with the word weight. And there is a difference between the two words, but for now in grade 1, we're going to use the word mass and we'll talk about how much something weighs. So that's our word here, mass. Two other words you might see, or you will see actually, is the word lighter. So when something's light like this paper, it's a lighter. Or heavier, when something's heavy, like a big stone is heavy. And my example I'm going to show you here, if I have my ruler and my measuring cup, I can feel in my hands, this is much heavier and this is much lighter. So this is lighter, the ruler is lighter than the measuring cup, and the measuring cup is heavier than the ruler. Now before we go on to some slides I have that I'm going to ask you what's heavier and what's lighter, I want to get your brains really thinking about weight and how heavy something is and when we might need to know this. So in my house I had this, and this is a scale, and it's used mostly for luggage because you want to weigh your luggage and know how much it weighs before you get on the airplane, because it's very important to the airlines because of balancing the plane, and it's important for them to know, and that's one of our real life mathematical uses. So this one, how much I pull on it is going to tell me the weight. So if I pull, you see it moves, and now it's telling me the weight of, well, it was really my finger pulling, but usually I'd put something on there to see how much it weighs. Another thing you might have in your house is a scale. So if you step on the scale, or if anyone steps on it, it's going to tell you there how much that thing or that person weighs. You might have a kitchen scale as well. I don't have one to show, but you might have one in your kitchen where you put something on it and it will go down a bit and it will show you how much that weighs as well for baking and cooking. So those are some of our real life ways that we use weight and mass. And the other thing I'm going to show you just for a second, we'll talk more about tomorrow, is a balance scale. And you put some things in here, and the heavier one will go down, and the lighter one will go up. But we'll talk about that tomorrow, okay? Before I show the slides, your end job is going to be make a chart. It says heavier on one side and lighter on the other. And I'm going to ask you to put 6 things. 6 of the heavier things on this side and the lighter things on this side. And that'll be your work today that I'll show you at the end. But for example, my ruler I said is lighter. So my ruler I might draw here on the lighter side, and my measuring cup is heavier. So I might draw on the heavier side. Let's go look at the slides now.
Lighter or heavier? Which is heavier? Which one weighs more? The lunchbox or the tablespoon? It is the lunchbox that weighs more than the spoon. Which is lighter? The school shoes, the socks? Which one weighs less? I would say the socks, I agree. Which one is heavier? The stickers or the basketball? So the one that weighs more is? You're right, the basketball. Which is lighter now? So which one weighs less? What do you think? The nursery rhyme book or a piece of paper? Paper is right, it is lighter. Which one is heavier? Which one weighs more? And they're both small things here. Which one weighs more though? Do you think the glue stick is heavier or the feather? The glue stick is heavier. A feather is quite light. Which is lighter? Which one weighs less, do you think? A hat or a laptop? The lighter one is the hat. Which one is heavier here, do you think? The chair or the hair ribbon? Did you say the chair? I agree. And which one is lighter? Do you think the vase is lighter or do you think the pencil is lighter? So I think it is the pencil, and we are right. Now, which one is heavier? Are the scissors heavier or is the tablet heavier? The one that weighs more? It is the tablet. Time to make your chart. Start by writing heavier on one side and lighter on the other. And then add objects that you know are heavier or lighter. The pencil is heavier than a piece of tissue. The plate is heavier than the playing card. Or the car is heavier than the dice. Once you've added all your items to your chart, you are all done your work for today. Enjoy your math!